Yes.
There, I have punched the YouTubes. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're
You're
back.
in the job for it.
Yeah.
So, were you just feeding the brushed up Kryl a jelly donut?
Yes, I was. Her favorite. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're back with the buns tonight with more Path of Remembrance. It's a good thing we barely remembered where this guy was, because he doesn't show up in our log or anywhere.
That is the hazard of stopping in between quests.
Especially when they're not MSQ quests. MSQ, they'll politely remind you where to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and hi Doodles. So, recap episode part 2. The triumphs we share. The Sultan Sworn Elite sports a faintly troubled expression, as if straining to remember something important. Yeah, I know. It's been an entire week. Wait, I know you two. You're Ladonia, Rena, the Friths.
Yep, that's
A
us.
stroke of luck. I can think of none better qualified to help us. You see, it's no mere noblewoman that we seek. Oh dear, has she been out loose all week?
Yes, apparently.
But Master Papashan was most explicit about the need for secrecy. Pray forget I mentioned it. We will find this. We will find the lady on our own. Yeah, you do that. What cruel fate to lose her father as a child and be compelled to rule in his stead. And how the years have tempered her dreams and taught her, sometimes brutally, the price of naivety. Though outwardly unscathed by her ordeal, it was a wiser and more wary Nanamo who reclaimed the throne. Nice dramatic organ sting after that statement.
This way. We got traveling buns to do. Well, I hope everyone's day has gone well. Mine has been mostly asleep. Sorry.
There are worse ways to spend your day. Mostly dead, for one.
Yeah, that would be bad. Oh, wait, we wanted to go to Reverend's Toll?
Yes.
I went the wrong way. Now we're gonna have to traipse all the way across the city again. Because I'm a bun
because
smart.
It's old that's why.
Well, it's that too. Freaking Warren. I mean, we do mostly have it planned out now that we've been here for how many years?
But yeah, this is something of a city designed by ants.
But yeah, I got up, had lunch, immediately felt drowsy, went back to sleep. Got up, oh look, it's dinner time! Methinks I might have needed the sleep.
Yeah.
Come on, Eorzea, let's do the thing!
Woohoo! The non-punching thing. Because I know there's plenty of punching things you'd like to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right now I want to punch a lot of things.
Including auto-reg?
Oh, very much auto-rig. Yeah, this is the new texture coming up to the big bridge.
Yeah.
It's like,
no.
What happened to the
this
beautiful
should be
cobblestone that was here, that was lovingly maintained, because this is a major trade route?
Yeah.
I mean, the road I can understand, but...
And considering it's a continuation of the road, I almost wonder if maybe that was a slip-up on somebody's part.
I'm thinking it was. Because the cobblestone should have been more like this cobblestone like they have in Horizon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which definitely got updated.
I'm wondering if we might see it switch back in another patch.
And this is all new cobblestone that's been updated.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
looking nice and appropriate.
right here it looks really incongruous. Because you've got all these little lay bridges and...
Yeah.
And this is a major thoroughfare. With grass growing on them. It's like, no, it should be more like this. But just on the bridges. Oh.
Did you not mean to go to Vesper Bay? Yeah, you didn't, because you want to go to Mordona. You were easily distracted, Bun.
I am not... I guess I need more sleep. Too many rounds with the auto rigger and blender.
Yes. One too many rounds with the auto rigger.
And blender. At least they've changed how the internal camera works, and it no longer makes me motion sick.
Oh, good. That's important.
It used to. It's why I didn't use it for the longest of time. Is every time I tried it, it's like, oh god, it's the Unreal Engine 3 problem.
Yeah.
Where the camera would make me motion sick just trying to use the program. It's like, no.
You know, Eartha could fly if you wanted. Just saying. You can stop picking on the bridge textures.
But the bridge textures are so pickable. Yeah, I'm totally not all here. Yeah, part of the problem I've been having.
Need all night for the last two parts then.
Sorry. Yeah, the auto rigger and blender gives me 75% of what I want. And trying to get that last 25% is like pulling teeth. And everyone else is, oh, you just do this, and you're ready to go. You might have to make a modification like here, and you're done. I'm like, no.
No. Not even. And admittedly, you have some unusual things in there where I'm kind of going, yeah, okay, fine, sure, you're going to have trouble with that. Those feet, though. That should not happen.
Oh, I haven't even gotten to the feet. I'm still working on the sleeves.
Yeah, but still, just, even acknowledging your model's a bit unusual and is going to have some unusual problems, those feet should not happen, period.
The feet, knock on wood, should be an easy fix by remapping.
It still shouldn't have happened. That's the sort of thing that auto riggers should already know how to not do.
I think the long skirt is confusing it.
Probably.
It's trying, though. It's very trying.
Very, very trying.
Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I think I've figured out a way I can break things apart and do it in segments, which is what I wanted to do before, but all the documentation did not make it clear that you could do that, and you had to do it all at once.
Yeah.
It's like, but I got this part working, why can't I just lock this out and move on to another part? Hello, Dolphin. How you doing? And is any blues picking on you today?
That's what he says every time.
Yeah. I kind of feel sorry for him. The world just doesn't want to release him so that he can just rejoin the ethereal sea.
He has unfinished business, and every time he tries to do some of it, adventures finish him.
Usually blue mages.
Ah.
Because he has a
That's right.
spell they want.
Yes. I remember you mentioning that. Which spell is it?
It's effectively a teleport.
Yeah, I can see why that would be, desired.
Yeah, a stun then teleport. And Mordana's looking prettier and prettier.
Gotta love that new lighting system.
Yeah. It's really done wonders to the crystals, which of course are aether that's been solidified.
Yes. Glowing aether, though.
Oh, hello, Emily. How's your grandfather? Ah, there you are, Rena, Latonia. Higiri told me of your pilgrimage, and I knew it was only a matter of time before you sought me out. I, too, have been reflecting on the choices which shape our path. When I took to the road with my grandfather, when I joined the Crystal Braves, when I tried and failed to warn you before the banquet, I had my suspicions about Wildreth's death, that and the work of a Garlean spy within our ranks, but I could not be sure who was involved, hence my desire to speak with you in private. I thought long and hard about how to approach you without arousing suspicion, perhaps too long. Eventually, I decided to arrange a meeting through Mistress Momodai. Little did I know the bastard Laurentius had seen me do it. Shortly thereafter, the fourth received urgent summonings. Needless to say, I had no choice but to answer, and soon found myself at the mercy of Captain Ilbert's band of traitors. They confided in me to the Rising Stones, while the others, still loyal to the Scions, Riol, Ephime, Umgrist, quite what they were planning to do with us, I could not say. Mayhap they thought we would turn, given time. The fools. Lieutenant Yuyuhase bid the third to keep us under constant guard, but when Captain Ilbert moved to carry out the General Raubon's execution, they were forced to withdraw all but a token force, which we took by surprise one night. Then it was over. One might argue that it turned out better than it had any right to, all things concerned. Still, there were nights I would lie awake wondering if I'd done the right things differently, if I'd been more careful, more decisive. What then? But there's not to be gained from thinking of thus. We might count on our blessing, mustn't we? We must count on our blessings, must we not? We are still here, and most of what was broken can be rebuilt. You will see, Rena, Latonia, you will see. Kind of worried we haven't seen Orca.
Yeah. For the freedom of all, it had begun with an oath and ended with a betrayal, as the conspirators turned on their comrades for coin and country. The good and true were beaten and imprisoned, or else butchered where they stood. But even in their darkest moments, They never stopped believing that the dawn's light would shine again.
Yeah, the people who were actually Sans are good folk.
Mm-hmm.
Just grew too big too fast. Why are there several banks here?
Oh dear. What have we done now?
Oh god, she wants to give us Nidhogg's Rage.
Of course. Nidhogg's Rage. Alice appears relieved by your appearance. Really?
Greetings, Lena, Adonia. I'm glad as ever to see you pass through the seventh heaven with purposeful stride, although one of my more persistent patrons would be gladder still. I've been requested to direct you to his presence at your earliest convenience. If you've a moment to spare from saving the realm, pray rescue my establishment from the pious mewlings of a story-carved minstrel. Yoshi, have you been annoying Alice again?
Adonia, Rena, I have subsisted on the scraps of travelers, all but wasting away whilst I awaited the full repast that only you two can provide. They say you brought an end to 1,000 years of war, that the great worm Nidhogg shall no more darken the skies of Ishgard. But the dragon's song must have a final verse. I beg of you, feed me every morsel. I shall devour every sight, every sound, every blow that you landed upon his scaly hide.
Yeah, well, we beat people up and then someone yelled at Ladonia that she didn't use her rotation properly. As a sprout. Yeah, we were incensed by that fight too.
What glorious fare, brother set against brother, a fallen companion saved. I'm relieved and restored, my fingers ache to strum the score. I don't think he heard the same story you told.
He hears what he wants to hear.
Eternal is a dragon's woe, unceasing doth his anguish flow. Yet for the walls of Ishgard high, 'gainst blood did Reisvalgar ally. Eternal is a dragon's rage, dread Nidhogg's wrath did span an age. Yet by his hated brother's eye did light quell shade, and vengeance die. Say you, does your blood not quicken at the tale's retelling? One might accuse the language of being overly flowery, but epic deeds demand epic depictions, do you not agree? Yeah, just give me the 453 gil.
You didn't listen to anything I said. Oh, I should pity you. You've got such small ears. How could you hear?
Okay, and next we go to Ishgard.
Yeah. We'll come back for the last one later.
What is... Oh! Yeah, why was I not seeing that in there?
Fate of Stars? That's because it's inside the Rising Stones.
Okay.
That's Unukalhai.
Oh, okay, that's the interstitial.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And yes, Doodles, I've had more than enough of Nidhogg's Rage.
To be fair, I'm glad he's one of the things that we do not find in Palace of the Dead.
Yeah, him and one of the corpses down there would be scary.
He wouldn't be a corpse. He'd be a boss.
Yeah, he would.
But yeah, of all the characters to die during Heaven's Word, he is not one of the ones to be found in Palace of the Dead. And for that, we are grateful. Very grateful.
Palace of the Dead came in like 3-2, which might actually be some of the reason it came in before he was dead.
Now, is that the first half of Palace of the Dead or second half of Palace of the Dead?
I don't know.
Because it came in 2 stages, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that. Well, actually, okay. Palace of the Dead, at least one part of it came in 3.35, so it came in after. Meh. Ah, yeah, the ward.
Always the ward. And off to the manufactory. And someone's having a rave.
Well, that's their problem.
We'll get back to you, Seer. Promise. And here we are. No, we don't want to talk
First,
to you,
Stefanian
Mr.
is trying to tempt me.
Yes, he's trying to tempt both of us. Because that's just the kind of Ishgardian he is.
Hey, hello there, Ludonia, Renna. Fancy meeting you two here.
Hey, Biggs. Hey, Wedge. Long time no see.
Reminiscent about the glory days, eh? Aye, we spent many a sleepless night hammering away in that corner of ours. How's your mana cutter holding up, by the way?
Hey, okay.
That's good to hear. Not that I had any doubts, like. Her craftsmanship second to none. Quite right. It will take more than swirling winds and raging dragons to bring her down. And that, my friend, is an Ironworks guarantee. Speaking of which, on the back of the field test success, we've gone ahead and licensed the design for mass production. Soon the Sky Steel manufactory will be turning out mana cutters by the dozen. Which is why we're here today, as a matter of fact. Make sure their machinists don't bugger anything up. Stefanian is feeling insulted. I'm trying to remember the name of his little device.
Oh, his prospectometer, I believe.
Yes, yeah, the prospectometer is telling him there won't be anything wrong, so you two can just leave. Apparently, adventurers have been queuing up to place an order, and even some sky pirates. Just imagining the sea of clouds teeming with our creations fills me with a father's pride. Yeah, could you keep it out of the hands of a certain batch of sky pirates, please? Right then, that's enough patting ourselves on the back. We've got to make sure the cutters are up to snuff, or Jesse will never let us hear the end of it. From now till we finish, there will be no more breaks, distractions, and not one wink of sleep, do you hear me?
Aww! But sleep is your friend.
Kurt Chocobo. Well, we'll leave you to it. Till next time, eh?
It seems to be the night of it, Orca. You weren't alone in the power naps.
Oh, yes. Well, you haven't missed a whole lot of recap. Despite the many hardships they had endured, or perhaps because of them, they greeted every new challenge with a smile. Their workshop, their battlefield, their tools, their weapons, they invariably rose to the occasion, delivering ingenious solutions to seemingly insoluble problems. Definian is trying to tell me I want to get a gun.
His prospectometer is absolutely pinging off the chart, and we're ignoring it.
Yeah.
Off to the churning mists. Yeah, I mentioned earlier today that my day has mostly been sleeping, and I'm still kind of sleepy. I got up way late, had lunch, my eyes started really dragging down, so I took a nap, woke up just in time for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I did a few runs on Rayleigh and practically fell asleep in the middle of one of them a couple of times.
So today has been the day of the sleepies.
Yes. No levels today, but I certainly got experience in Dragoon and Monk and a little bit of experience in Dread Mage. Since I only got through the first boss there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, and of course Rayleigh got through the two Astrolution class quests.
Sea of Cloud, please. 2 tickets.
And here we are, apartment 4.
Oh, wait, no. I was supposed to go to Churning Myth?
Churning Mists. Which, isn't there a way there from here?
No. No, there is not.
Oh, man. I can't keep track of half of this, though.
I totally went the wrong way. I'm sorry.
Not the first time tonight. Perhaps not the last.
Oh, most certainly not the last. I could have sworn it said Sea of Clouds.
Sorry.
Yeah. I am batting 1,000 tonight.
Yeah, well.
I gotta remember, this is Square Enix. They actually kind of set you up along the path you need to take anytime they do a quest. And no, I forgot that. They wouldn't have had us talk to Biggs and Wedge if we didn't need to go to the turning, because that's the exit. Yeah. I think our buns are living up to their spaciness tonight.
Oh, yes.
Or at least Rena is.
And every night.
My mic probably didn't pick that up. It never picks up.
Not very well
squeaks.
on Discord. Yeah. Discord hates squeaks.
But does it like peeps?
I don't know.
What about Marshmallow? Ooh, a nice
less
clear
space
day.
buns, doodles. Oh, that's not what it was the last time I was here, that's for sure.
You can see all the way over to the Silent Vigil.
Yeah. But no, doodles, not spaced buns. Or maybe spacey buns. But yeah, this is really clear. It was snowing the last time I was here.
I feel sorry for this dragon.
Yeah.
That just sucks. Well, hopefully now the war is over, they'll think about maybe taking it down and returning it home.
That'd be good. Maybe after things thaw a little bit more.
There is apparently a thaw going on now.
Yeah.
Theron and Rylea's time.
Well, you know, there's a few mentions where they talk about, you know, everything froze over right after the calamity, and the temperature has been slowly rising again ever since. It's just very slow. But of course, it's only been like 5 years at this point.
Something like that, yeah.
So it'll be a while before we really see a difference.
And there's Annex Shrine. And the Turning Mist's way up there. Huh. I thought this guy was talkable at one point. I guess they changed that.
Huh. Is that even landable?
Oh yeah, it's totally landable. Bloop. Hi!
Huh.
Maybe you have to undertake one of the side quests
Yeah.
to get him to become talkable. But then again, a lot of the dragons at Annex Shrine are of Hraesvelgur's brood,
Yes.
so they're a lot more friendly.
Think they'll ever repair this?
Maybe. I think it would require the Mughals and
Yeah.
Ishgard to get together to do that. The dragons won't on their own.
Yeah.
The dragons by their nature are not builders. All the structures you see here were originally wrought by Elezen hands.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And are currently maintained by the Mughals, which is, well, answers a lot about the shape things are in.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that Nidcogg's
Yes.
brood actually goes out and hunts Mughals.
Yes.
That does not make
I mean,
for
I
good
can
build.
understand. I mean, I can understand being frustrated with Mughals, but that's just mean.
Yeah. But a lot of this was originally by the landlords, which of course
Yeah.
were the races of man. And they probably did most of the maintaining. Mughals can only maintain so much.
Yeah.
And the dragons probably didn't care.
Nope. least not until recently. I mean, it's more recently they've started kind of hiring the Moogles to take care of things. Through tempestuous winds they carved a path, reaching the dread worm's sanctum, and there did they put him to the sword. Yet in the wake of hard-fought victory were secrets laid bare in a vision dark and disturbing. The legacy of the fathers, bequeathed to their sons and passed down through the generations. Old blood enduring in the new, the mark of original sin. Back to Ishgard.
Of course, back to Ishgard. Just after we got here.
Mm-hmm.
They're having us go all over the map.
Well, they sent us off to where we did... What's the name of the dungeon for that one?
The Eyrie?
Yeah. So yeah, we travel out here for... we are retracing the path. We came out here for the Eyrie. And then we go back to Ishgard after finding out just, yeah.
Our fault, our bad.
It wasn't us.
To be fair, especially what you learned, spoilers, from the Dragoon quest from Stormblood, it was kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I won't say anything further than that because we will be going through that storyline.
Yes.
It's gonna be a while. Long while.
Sorry.
Well, we're only doing this for like an hour and a half once a week.
Yeah. It'd be nice to get a little more time in on the buns, but they do seem to be slowly catching up, which is nice.
Well, the fact that we're not doing the crafting stuff.
That helps.
Though, we will need to be... I'm kind of mixed on crafting because once you hit the high end, it becomes really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And requires a tome grind.
Mm-hmm.
And while Theron is there, I'm not exactly happy. Oh, I wouldn't say that. Theron got depressed about high-end crafting when he ended up wasting all these mats he had stored up, had no way of getting new ones without spending buku money, and the money it would have taken him to reacquire the mats was more expensive than him just going on the auction house and buying the completed items.
And the annoying thing is that's always true in pretty much any of these MMOs.
Yes, it is, or Doodles. We'll be heading to Stormblood slowly.
Yeah, we are currently in the major patches between Heavensward and Stormblood. We're currently in 3.3, and we've done the main story for 3.3. We're now doing all the other stuff, including this recap episode, and then will be the raid series. And once we get through 3.5, or more properly 3.55, it's Stormblood.
And trust us, you'll know when we hit Stormblood.
Yes. And I guess next patch is when we start feeding into the story for that.
No, we're kind of in a titular story.
Certainly there is a bunch of story that leads into that in 3.5.
Yes, in
I
3.5
forget how
definitely.
it picks up.
We're currently in between there and the Fall of Nidhogg. There's a titular story which hints at Shadowbringers.
Yes. Yeah, they keep doing things that kind of tell you what they're thinking about working on, like 2 expansions hints in the major patches. So, we've already gotten part of it. We'll get more of it certainly in 3.4 of things that kind of hint at Shadowbringers. And after Stormblood, they kind of start dealing with some things that will hint at Endwalker.
Not as much, though.
Yeah, not as much. There's been a couple of places where they've had major hints of what's coming in, like a couple of expansions, and the Heavensward Plus stuff is kind of the big one. Because a lot of it comes back to really bite.
Hello, Hildy.
I went straight for her.
Yeah, sorry.
It is stunned. Ever since all this new bloods joined the watch, Sim's been acting a bit odd, like he's eager to prove himself or something. Sim? It's my job to watch Hilda's back. I don't trust anyone else to keep her safe. Is someone jealous?
I think he's jellies.
Hilda?
And there they are at last. Gillibrand said you were wandering all over, reminiscing about days gone by. Seems a bit soon, if you ask me. It's not like I don't understand, though. Some days I'll be walking through the broom, same as normal, and then it'll hit me all of a sudden just how much has changed for us. Though I know it's a bit different from what you've been through.
Puts me in mind of the first time I saw them and her friends up near the Aetherite, being shown around by that House Fortom man.
Oh, you never told me before you'd met him.
They weren't so much a meeting as a heckling, to be honest. When I heard their guide warning them off paying a visit to the broom, it stuck in my craw. And you've got to admit that Master Alphino is the spitting image of a snotty little lordling.
That's because he is a snotty little lordling.
Who now knows how to gather firewood.
Oh yes, and he's quite proud of his firewood gathering skills. A little lordling that went on to fight 2 knights of the Heavensward with Rena and Ladonia here in a trial by combat. Not to mention helping take the vault from the True Brothers. Fury have mercy, it feels like a bleeding lifetime ago, don't it?
As it was. What we've got now is nothing like what came before. The bleeding rebirth is what it is.
Cold comfort to the folks who done died getting us here. Still, this piece is ours, and we owe it to ourselves to make the most of it. Meaning, we've got to work twice as hard to make the broom a better place. And no more harassing blue blood nobles either.
We'll see how long that promise lasts. Aye, aye. A world apart from the opulence of the pillars, they had toiled, crowded in the haze of the broom. I'm looking at that background. That is not haze.
No, it's a nice clear day. A very rare thing.
Sentenced to a life of hardship by birth, they dreamed of a revolution as children dream of fairies. Then one came and went, and they suddenly found themselves with a seat at the table.
If only it actually worked that way in the long run.
Uxundu next. Hilda.
Actually, all 3 are different.
Okay. Who do you want first?
Ustin.
Perhaps it's time the watch expanded its duties. Maybe help out with the reconstruction efforts.
I know you
Just
got...
I was gonna do some next.
Go ahead.
Just goes to show you can't judge a man by appearances, eh? Nor tell what fate's got in store for you. All the more reason to watch your words when you're in your cups.
I know you got Sir Charlebert in the end, but I have to admit, I'm still a little bitter that it wasn't me. Gave me reason to practice my marksmanship, though. Yeah, he was a giant grade A asshat. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Riley and Theron are currently in 7-1.
Yeah, they're currently in 7-1. It takes
and
quite
we're in 3-3.
some time. I mean, are we actually going faster? Oh, we are?
We are, but it's just barely.
Okay, now we go to the Sea of Clouds.
Yes, Uxundu.
I mean, we'll probably be there in another 4 years.
That soon, huh? I think it'll be longer than that.
Sea of Clouds, here we come. Okay, Airship Ticketmaster, for real this time. 2 tickets to Cloud Top, please.
Well, we really went there last time.
It's like, what is it with you two?
Flyers a fly!
Quack quack!
Yay, she's flying!
Well, she
About the only way to get anywhere in this zone.
Yeah, this zone you have to have flying. There's no way around it. I mean, technically we can abbreviate our game and not worry about side quests, but...
But side quests.
Yeah, side quests. Hello, Lanu Vanu.
Ooh, clouds part and let shine brilliant sun upon Lunuvanu. Great Netherling warriors return to Uxundu, and on pilgrimage of remembrance. Well, well. Know that we will always be grateful to you for your victory over the ravenous white. No longer need we fear for the safety of our smallest islands. Yeah, Bismarck was kind of eating those.
Nom 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 nom.
But Lunuvanu is not one to forget Netherling's first coming, when they save us from certain death at the hands of the Black Ones, distant memory though it is. Yes, their many deeds are the stuff of legends. We shall remember the stories and the heroes' names, Ladonia Frith and Rena Frith, for they are worthy of celebration now and ever after. An earnest, good-natured people, they had borne witness to the rage of their beloved god's twisted manifestation, and proclaimed it to be false. By the grace of kind travelers were they duly delivered from its wrath, the mad god's death signaling the birth of a new hero.
Speaking of the mad god...
Yes? Oh, yeah, we're supposed to talk to Sunuvanu about that.
Hello, Sunuvanu.
We can finally get another quest out of our journal.
Almost.
The Tramontane returns, and with it the white. so too comes the great Netherling warriors. Weeping Eye of the Manukamani. The round gemstone, heavily aspected to both water and wind, is believed by the Zundu tribe to be one of the eyes of the Manukamani, a great beast of Vanu legend. Like double rainbows in the mists, Donu knows not what to make of this. An eye in the hands of the Netherling. Storm clouds of the Vundu are no match for the eye's might. Smash it against the Aetheryte in the whale's crown, and he will be vulnerable once more. Bind him with chains of steel, and drive him from Cloud Sea. Return zephyr winds and sunlight to our lands. Yeah. And next is Speak with Sid. And that'll be back in Discord? I don't know.
I see visit Yamitra in Gridania.
I'm trying to figure out the next step on Bismarck.
Oh no, he just told us what the next step is.
Well, it's saying the next step is Speak with Sid. And I'm trying to figure out where is Sid this time.
He is this way.
And yeah, he's at the entry to the pillars.
Which is not what you used to do. What you used to do is go over to the Aetheryte and smash it against his crown.
Right.
But it was a bugger to get in there, especially if you were at level.
Yes.
I think part of the problem that, oh, hello, Sid.
Part of the problem
is that in Heaven's Word and in AAR, they had too many actual plot lines going.
Yeah.
And they condensed that as the story's gone on.
Yeah. There you are. The Enterprise Excelsior is ready to depart whenever you are. Say again? Chief Sonu wants you to smash some gemstone against an Aetheryte to dispel a barrier of storm clouds? I, don't even know where to begin. The hell's with it. Maybe it'll bring us good luck. I'll rendezvous with you there.
No, we still gotta smash it!
We do what you wanted to do. You just forgot a step.
I'm forgetting a lot of things tonight.
You'd forget your head if it wasn't tied to your ears?
Yeah. And there's their Aetheryte. You can see it right there.
Yeah, that is some good draw distance.
Didn't used to be this good.
No.
But yeah, I think one of the things that helped Shadowbringers is that it was one very big condensed plot, and you didn't have a lot of subplots going on.
Yeah.
Because
they definitely focused a lot better.
While subplots are really good for novels, they're not so good for a player base.
Which is highly distractible.
Oh, we're gonna have to fly up there, aren't we? Oh, nope, there we go.
Tuning. After a pause, you smash the gemstone against the Aetheryte. Nothing much happens. Out of habit, you attune with the Aetheryte, and once more, nothing much happens. we go.
Do.
Something for us to never do.
Not for another expansion, at least.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it does not go out of our log.
No. So next is Gridania.
Now, we can hide them if we want to.
No.
So tentative. So demure. And they're yelling at us that we need to do Hall of the Novice.
Okay.
Because they did change that.
Yes. Don't know about the yelling part.
That's why there's this little green dot over the bang of your
Well, yeah.
duty list. That's their equivalent of, hey, 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 lady, hey. Could I have your attention, lady?
No.
Hey, 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 hey.
A is for horses. Cut it out.
And off to Gridania. This is not a short chain. Still shorter than the Movable Quest chain. For the post-Moogle.
Yeah, it did take a while.
It was funny as heck, though.
Parts of it, yeah. You've served me long and you've served me hard.
Yes. Yeah.
The ultimate Philo 8A quest.
Him and his two assistants.
Yes.
Sorry, Eorzea, you're flying in a snowstorm. You're gonna stay to the roads just because, aren't you? Quack. Fair enough.
Well, we are in the middle of a blizzard. Amazingly, we can still see the moon through it.
Of course. Zodiark totally wants to always be seen.
You think the cloud cover would be a bit thick? There was a airship silhouetted against the moon for a moment.
Ah. Well, there are several airships going around the area, including those of the Ixal. And it's still raining in Gridania. What the heck?
Wow. Yeah. This is a heck of a storm they're having.
Still raining.
Mm-hmm. Not quite as bad in the city limits.
Still raining.
I think you got teleported to Belize.
It's possible. Hello, Yamitra. Oh.
Pick up our
Hello,
Fantasia.
wandering Moogle.
What's this? You're able to see me? That's amazing, Kupo! That we should thus meet can surely be no coincidence. And so, to mark this fateful occasion, I shall make you a gift of a magical potion. Fantasia, it's called. And legend holds it allows you to alter your appearance. May it serve you well, Kupo? You don't need it because you're already perfect, right? Should I say practically perfect in every way?
Yeah, he has a follow-up.
Have you already used the Fantasia? The flavor is meant to be a little challenging, but it's a small price to pay for to become a brand new you. Bottoms up, Kupo!
If only that worked in real life. Well met, Fritz. What brings you two here this night? Indeed, though it seems an age, it was not that long ago that we rescued Stola from the life stream. How quickly we begin to forget even those memories most precious to us. In my defense, I might add that I rarely missed an opportunity to make new memories with my sister since the days since she returned.
Oh, good.
Our conversations are largely on matters of scientific and professional concern. Ancient Allegan
Well, you gotta keep her interest somehow.
Yeah, I know. She's very particular. Ancient Allegan technologies, primals, Asians, and so forth. She has an insatiable thirst for knowledge, as you know. While I understand her desire not to be a burden around those her troubles, and to carry on as she did before, I do worry that her willingness to manipulate her own aether to compensate for the loss of her sight may have dire repercussions.
Yeah.
She never told you then? But of course not. 'Twould rather have defeated the purpose. You should know that the technique she employs places a tremendous strain on her body. She is, of course, well aware of her limits, and more than willing to ignore them should she deem them necessary. I pray you see that she does not. Regrettably, she won't ignore my advice. Regrettably, she's wanted to ignore my advice when it does not suit her. Yet, given your shared experiences, mayhaps she be more willing to heed your warnings.
Her sister was under no illusions as to the dangers of the life she had chosen. Should the worst come to the worst, Y'shtola would do what needed to be done. Pay any price, make any sacrifice, and that without hesitation. She was a woman of conviction, deserving of respect and admiration, and no small amount of worry. And now Idleshire. Do we want to port this one?
No, we'll get there eventually.
You're determined to go there the manual way.
I blame Theron!
You're not beholden to his petty annoyances.
But we can talk along the way. Yeah, I keep waiting for the issue with her eyesight to suddenly become a plot point.
Yeah, it's a little surprising it is not already. Technically, it was a plot point during Shadowbringers, but not in the negative way
Yeah.
that we're kind of holding our breath over.
Now, I do note that Mitra there made a comment that was interesting and slightly counter to what I was initially thinking. And that was implied from Master Matoya, which is that she's affecting her corporeal aether as opposed to her soul aether. And that makes a big difference. I mean, if she's burning corporeal aether, it's like, okay, yeah, she is kind of shortening her body's lifespan, but she's not diminishing the strength of her soul. And technically, corporeal aether can be
cheap.
Yeah, and corporeal aether can be renewed. Soul aether can't.
At least not so easily.
You start becoming a different person when you do that. Yeah, I would not be surprised if she actually pulled that stunt at some point.
Trailer. Oh, right, yes. No, she can see quite well. She just does it through different mechanisms.
And because of that, there's certain things she can't see that we can.
Yeah.
Like, she can't see the stars.
Generally not among those. Right.
She can effectively see aether and aether flow, but something that's either completely devoid of aether, well, at that point she'd be seeing a hole. But she can't tell necessarily how someone looks, but she can tell that someone stands there, and she can tell the composition of their soul.
Which gets back to the Endwalker, or the Shadowbringer's plot point. Yeah, when we finally get there, it will be very interesting to go through Shadowbringers again. Especially since for me, that was the point where I really bought into this story.
A lot of people did.
Yeah. I mean, Heavensward was very good. And then Stormblood was kind of a disappointment after that. And then Shadowbringers just really brought a lot of things home.
Stormblood was a mixed bag.
Yes, it was. There's a lot of good points to it.
Yes, they did re-record some of Wuklamot's lines, particularly in her fight with Sphene. The big trial at the end. A lot of people complained and really kind of dogged on the voice actress for that, and it's like, no. While the lines weren't great read, I know exactly what happened. because a lot of the voice actors for games and anime, they're basically thrown into a room with a teleprompter. Not even a script, a teleprompter.
Yep.
Their solo, it's like one sound guy and maybe a voice director if you're lucky. And then you're supposed to give this Academy of Performance based off of what you're reading on a teleprompter that is typically out of order, specifically, so that the voice actors can't drop spoilers before the release time. So her giving kind of a lackluster performance makes sense if you realize that maybe no one told her she was the difference between having a slightly heated argument around a negotiating table versus a heated argument in the middle of freaking battle. So, yeah. Hello, Slowfix.
Why must governing in Great Gabi Nation be so difficult? Like herding curls. Stupid curls with muchly differing views on glorious nation's future direction.
Yep, that sounds about right.
You aren't herding curls, you aren't doing it right. Yes. Yes, Slowfix knows he is letting emotions run wild. Uplander's welcome voice of reason. Not like when Uplanders first returned to Idleshire, yes? So much venom in that one's tongue flaps, calling Gabi flock thieves! But Slowfix saw a way to mutual understanding. Citizenship in society, first step in strengthening communal ties. Gives all vested interest in continued prosperity of egalitarian utopia. Okay, and we finally move on to the last part. For the final objective of this quest, you will receive no guidance from the journal or the duty list. You will need to read the text carefully and decipher the clues to determine your next course of action. Oh dear. The burdens we bear. Slowfix is a goblin beset by troubles great and small. And now, Slowfix bids Uplanders fulfill civic duty as citizens of Idleshire with hand-lending of great import. In cave south of settlement lives Old Crone, wielder of powerful magic used to crafty make frogmen that chase away curious gobbies. Uplanders has many busy deals with Old Crone, yes? An Uplander can appeal to Crone's bitter nature and make her call off fragman harriers. She doesn't have a better nature.
No, she doesn't.
Her better nature. She doesn't kill you.
She is all piss and vinegar.
That's what keeps her going.
But yeah, the re-recording of Wook's lines are a great improvement. But it's also a case of the actress could finally see her lines in context to realize they need to be read differently, where she probably didn't have that before. So I say that wasn't her fault, that was the voice director's fault, if there was a voice director.
And this is for which part again?
The big fight with Sphene that we did.
Yeah.
Wook Lamont shows up in the middle of it.
Okay.
When she goes through a phase change.
Yeah.
A lot of people complained at the voice acting at that part. And a few others.
I don't remember anything odd about it.
It was kind of flat and mellow compared to the high octane action that was happening around us at the time. But again, her lines were not bad to begin with, and if you know the process, it makes sense on how it could have been changed. Also, it could have changed that while her lines did not change, the scene in which they were originally going to take place changed and shuffled around. How we see the final ending is not necessarily how the programmers or story people actually
Yeah, the initial draft may not have been like that.
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I'm well aware that you're only here because you want something, but at least you didn't bring your little friends. So out with it.
Stop bothering the gobbies.
Oh, is that what the goblins told you? That my servants were attacking their poor, defenseless scouts without the slightest provocation? Ah! The little buggers were trying to eat them! They're lucky I didn't have my pirogos return the favor. But you can tell them from me that if they try again, I will personally feed them to my servants, one limb at a time.
I told you that not getting killed was her good side.
I did hope you didn't come all this way just to play errand girl for those dirty little scoundrels.
Not entirely.
Aren't you a bit young to be going on a grand journey of reflection? You haven't lived long enough to have so many regrets.
We've had a busy life.
The same goes for that boy, complaining about things that haven't even unfolded as he dreamt the world they would. It would make no difference what should have happened to Menphilia. What matters is what did happen. The past is the past, and no amount of wishing you'd done things differently will make it so. Oh, I wish that were true. Sorry, that was Theron's inside voice. Let's shove him away for now. You make your choices, and you do what needs to be done. That's it. That's the attitude you came here with the first time, and when you wanted to find a way to get to Azazla, and you would do well to remember it. Right then, I think you've wasted quite enough of my time. It's bad enough that I have to suffer Stola's unannounced visits. I don't need you making a habit of it too. Love you too, Matoya.
He was the sum of everything that had come before. Triumphs, failures, all essential, all indispensable. Had things unfolded differently, so too would she. What use then to mourn the woman who never was? There was only this time, this place, this choice.
Yes, yes.
Checking in with her. Oh yeah, check in with her.
Oh god, this should be good. Matoya's always a ball of fun. Mayhaps if I hung a sign around their necks saying Goblin Eater in big red letters, they'd think twice.
Never change Matoya. And now you know where Y'shtola gets it from.
Yes. Yes. Her mentor, her master, Matoya. And now we go to Azazla.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much the end line of the chain, if I remember right.
Pretty much, except we're going to hit a portion where we're flying blind.
Well, we are flying blind, technically. Said, read the duty list.
Yeah. Well, they said specifically for the ending part of it.
Yep. We might run a little late, but I think finishing up this tonight would be helpful. We're almost at the end.
Yes. Yeah, the fourth part there took an hour, which surprised me. More than an hour.
Well, we did get sidetracked by a couple of things.
Oh, sure, but even without that, it was a long part, even compared to the first 3 quests.
But Master Matoya is always a hoot.
Yeah.
Glad I don't have to live with her.
Oh boy, or even on the same continent. Yeah, there's a serious idea for you, my neighbor Matoya. Thank you, Orca.
Yeah, I'm still kind of sad they fixed Thancred's trust voice the way they did. I can understand why they did, because it really did kind of blow the mics out, and I thought they should have just turned it down. Instead, they went and actually full-on re-recorded it.
Yeah.
But
I missed the old version.
He sounded so much like this really enthusiastic golden retriever or German shepherd that was told it was about to go on walkies.
Yes.
My turn!
It was one of, like, what, 3 different meme things he had going at the time?
Yeah. The others...
I can't remember what the third one was.
Thancred. This is Thancred.
Yes. And it seems like there was a third, but I can't think of what it was.
And then, of course, there's Daddy Thancred and Mommy Urianje.
I have to admit the line at the end of Fenjit always gets me.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have to tell you what the line was.
Yeah. Does it get you, or does it get Rylea?
Yes.
And here's our destination. By the way... Nope, they're not there yet. I think we have to pass the destination.
He's by something on the ground at the landing's edge. Okay.
Now, remember, when's the last time in cinematic we saw Astinian? It was during the ending credits. He was in a nice dress shirt, and he was carrying a bouquet.
Right. Right. I know who it would be for.
Exactly.
Bouquet of fresh Nymea lilies lies at your feet, an offering for the departed. A thousand fires blossomed around her as she fell toward the battleship. A crimson star shower missed the impassive clouds. Then came the azure light, faint at first, soon blinding, then shattering. casting motes of diamond to the four winds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say that one was an unexpected bit when that happened. For those we have lost. And now Tiamat. I'm really glad that she popped up into the story again recently.
Yeah, I really feel the next expansion is going to take us to Mericidia.
Yeah, I've been expecting Mericidia for the last couple of expansions.
Considering that she is, or was, the ruler of Mericidia, the same way Vitra was the ruler of Razatan. And the three main races there were, of course, the centaurs, quote unquote, which are actually lizard tars, and ints. So it will be very, very interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah.
Hello, Tiamat. Are you sure you do not want us to break your chains? Child of man, chosen of Hydaelyn, naught remaineth for thee save the delusions of the condemned. In my madness I did spy my departed blood brother in yonder skies, though I know it cannot be so.
Yeah, well...
What sayest thou? My senses are yet mine own. Then, he whom I saw was but my dead brother's rancor clad in mortal flesh. And thou didst deliver him unto death's cold embrace. I bear thee no ill will, child. 'Tis beyond me. All my hatreds are bound in moments of ephemeral and eternal. My beloved's passing and his resurrection. I am no better than Nidhogg, consumed by love, twisted by rage. I too sought vengeance without end.
Yet thou hast since renounced it, hast thou not?
Through millennia I've watched as time did that which I could not. As the men of Halag perished and their works fell to ruin, leaving me to think on mine own sins in solitude. What folly to deprive man his base desire, when hatred hands so effortlessly drove me back to take Ascian Redi.
Then look thou on him again with eyes unclouded, and mark how he laboureth to rise above his nature, how he and his Valgars brood now raise their voices in a shared song of peace. 'Tis my dearest hope that it shall prove the founding stone for a bulwark against the dark.
As time delivered Alag unto its reward, so too will prove this peace true or fleeting. As I remain here, apart, and watching. Chosen of Hydaelyn, it is well that thou camest unto me in contemplation, but the road strutteth etheron, and thy battle is not yet won.
Yeah, we have a couple more expansions for that. Perhaps there was hope for them. Perhaps, this time, they would learn and remember. But her part in the tale had ended long ago. Within this monument to hubris would she remain until the end of days, beyond redemption. Or not.
Her part may have ended in that
River's a long
tale,
time.
but she has a new part to play in a new tale. And off to the Aether Chemical Research Facility. Flappy, 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 flappy.
Flappy, flappy, flap.
At least I'm not fishing up here. The fish up here were so weird! Oh my god.
Yes! Yes!
The only time they reached this level of weirdness was in Ultima Thule.
Gee, I can't imagine why those would be weird. Even as death embraced them. Then the knights too succumb, loyal to the last to a cause long lost. His body growing light, the Archbishop looked upon the arbiter of his fate, and knew not what he saw. And then it was over. Naught remained save the eyes. Thinking to bear them away from the covetous hands of men, Estinian took the accursed baubles in his own, and was duly bent to their will, if only for a time. At a friend's behest, they embarked upon their journey, and so, after their triumphant homecoming in all the pomp and circumstance, there was but one way it could end.
With my feet! And the last
Pay
one
respects to a friend. Yeah. Too soon. That is a heck of a docking facility.
Yes, it is.
I don't get enough long shots of that.
And it's big.
Yeah, I know.
Ding ding! We'd like an airship ride!
Woohoo!
Doot doot. Coming through on our last destination. Yes, we are crossing the steps of judgment.
Via a little footbridge.
A tiny footbridge.
Yes. A teeny tiny toy footbridge?
I am not going to repeat that. I can hear Lord Falchino from here just wincing. The stone vigil.
Appropriate place.
And the cairns of remembrance.
Yeah, and there's Ishgard.
And Archifon's grave.
Yeah.
And we get the emote Archifon.
Which has been a favorite. And achievement on the road again.
And look who's here.
Yeah.
His best friend. We did it! We completed the chain. I need a beer. I so need a beer. Yes. Come on, let's go get a beer. Maybe some mulled wine. I don't know if mulled wine's strong enough.
And of course, air traffic control around here forces us to go to the start of the bridge instead of like landing on it midway or something.
Yeah.
You know, there's no signs of the damage.
I think they fixed it.
That's an amazingly fast work crew.
Yeah. They fixed that, but they're still building their main here. Woo, look at that damage going all the way down.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they have not fixed. On the other hand, that bridge is kind of the most important thing they have.
Yeah. And the guy's still hanging off the works over there.
Yes.
Now, the Buns will not be doing it, but if you go through the Ishgard restoration as a crafter, at some point during the storyline, you convince one of the lords to start helping with the reconstruction.
Yeah, and they actually do redress some of the sets out here a bit.
Particularly this section right over here by the Aetheryte, right up here, you start seeing work crews working, but they never actually finish it.
Yeah, but there are a few places that do get finished up some.
And most of the statues remain broken, even though there's talks about funding repairs of them.
Or remember, this statue here is the one that was involved in Briardian's investigation earlier.
Yep.
You know, they actually commissioned and completed a new head, but it never gets actually repaired.
Now, we'll probably see more changes like that now that they're no longer beholden to PS4 memory swaps. That's been
PS3.
No, PS4.
Oh dear.
But yeah, with the invent of PS5, all the roadblocks for upgrading the engines to doing nifty things like that are suddenly off. So we're going to be seeing some really interesting stuff, I hope, knock on wood.
That'd be good.
With that said, it is...
When and if they have time to, make the assets and everything.
Yeah, because they've got a lot of things going on. With that said, It is time to call it for the night. Thank you all very much for joining us. We will be back tomorrow for more Tharon and Rylea as they continue to go through 7.1 MSQ. Garrett's available? Yeah, we'll shuffle people over there.
Yes, he is on Elder Scrolls.
Of course he's on Elder Scrolls. He
There's
started
so many
a new
different things
game
he
of
can be
Elder
on.
Scrolls, so...
Of
With that
course he
said,
did.
be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we will see you next time.
Yes, everyone have a great night.